Discover how China's new Silk Road project is transforming Europe and the role Serbia plays in the global initiative. Join us to uncover the controversy, benefits, and challenges of this ambitious infrastructure and trade network. China's interest and engagement in Central and Eastern Europe and Serbia have significantly increased since 2012, when China launched the 16+1 cooperation mechanism. This platform involves 16 CE countries, including 11 EU members, 5 non-EU members, and China. The primary objective of the 16+1 platform is to promote pragmatic cooperation in various fields, such as trade, investment, infrastructure, energy, tourism, culture, and education, under the framework of the Belt and Road Initiative. Serbia has been one of the most active and enthusiastic participants in the 16+1 cooperation, and it is also one of the most significant recipients of Chinese funding and investment in the region. Serbia was also among the first countries to sign a comprehensive strategic partnership agreement with China in 2016, which has elevated the bilateral relations to the highest level. Serbia's relationship with China has been fostered over a number of years and for a variety of reasons. These reasons can be summarized into three main areas: economic, political, and historical. Economically, Serbia sees China as a valuable source of capital, technology, and market for its economic development and recovery. This has become particularly important in the wake of the global financial crisis and the enlargement fatigue experienced by the European Union. China, on the other hand, views Serbia as a strategic location that can help it access the European market. It also sees Serbia as a potential hub for its industrial and technological transfer. Politically, Serbia views China as a reliable and respectful partner. Unlike the EU and the US, China does not interfere in Serbia's internal affairs or impose political conditions on its cooperation. China, in turn, sees Serbia as a loyal and supportive partner that recognizes its core interests and supports its positions on international issues such as Taiwan, Hong Kong, and human rights. Historically, Serbia and China share a long-standing friendship and solidarity dating back to the socialist era. Both countries were part of the non-aligned movement and opposed the hegemony of the superpowers. Additionally, Serbia and China share a common experience of NATO bombing in 1999. This has strengthened their mutual sympathy and trust. The 16+1 cooperation mechanism has brought significant benefits to Serbia, and its partnership with China is expected to continue to grow stronger in the coming years. This partnership has resulted in numerous infrastructure and energy projects, as well as increased trade and investment between the two countries. Overall, Serbia's close ties with China are multifaceted and have been developed over a long period. While there are challenges associated with this relationship, such as concerns around debt and transparency, there are also clear benefits that both countries have been able to reap. As such, this partnership will likely continue to play an important role in the future of both Serbia and China. China has undertaken and funded several significant projects and investments in Serbia and the surrounding region, expanding across a broad range of sectors such as infrastructure, energy, industry, agriculture, and technology. These projects include the construction of key infrastructure, such as the Pupin Bridge over the Danube, the Zemunborka Bridge over the Sava, the Belgrade-Budapest high-speed railway, the E763 highway, and the Belgrade subway. Additionally, China has also invested in the modernization and expansion of the port of Piraeus in Greece, which connects Serbia and Europe through rail and road, forming the China-Europe Land-Sea Express line. China has acquired and upgraded several energy assets in Serbia, including the Smederevo steel plant, the Bor copper mine and smelter, the Kostolet coal-fired power plant, and the Zrenjanin tire factory. Furthermore, China has also invested in renewable energy projects, such as wind farms and solar plants in Serbia and the region. China has established and developed several industrial parks and zones in Serbia and neighboring regions, including the China-Serbia Industrial Park in Smederevo, the China Central and Eastern Europe Economic and Trade Cooperation Zone in Belgrade, the China-Hungary Industrial Park in Budapest, and the China-Poland Industrial Park in Lodz. Additionally, China has supported the development of strategic industries, such as automotive, aviation, and information technology in Serbia and neighboring regions. China has cooperated with Serbia and the neighboring regions in the field of agriculture, importing and exporting agricultural products, such as meat, dairy, fruits, and vegetables. China has also invested in agricultural technology and innovation, such as smart farming, irrigation, and food safety. Moreover, China has cooperated with Serbia and the region in the field of technology, providing and deploying digital and telecommunication equipment and services, such as 5G, smart cities, e-commerce, and e-government. Additionally, China has supported and facilitated scientific and educational exchanges and cooperation, such as joint research, innovation, and talent cultivation. While China's involvement has contributed significantly to the economic growth and development of Serbia and the region, it has also posed some economic, political, social, and environmental challenges. China's involvement may create economic dependence and imbalance, as it may dominate the market and resources and impose unfair trade and investment practices, such as dumping, subsidies, and debt traps on Serbia and the region. Furthermore, China's involvement may undermine the economic integration and convergence of Serbia and the region with the EU, as it may offer alternative or incompatible standards and norms, such as the 17+1 cooperation mechanism, which may create divisions and conflicts within the EU. China's involvement may create political pressure and influence, leveraging its economic power and partnership to sway the political decisions and positions of Serbia and the region, particularly on issues related to China's core interests and values, such as human rights, democracy, and the rule of law. Furthermore, China's involvement may undermine the political alignment and cohesion of Serbia and the region with the EU and the US, as it may offer alternative or incompatible models and visions, such as the BRI and the Community of Shared Future for Humanity, which may create tensions and rivalries with the EU and the US. China's involvement may create social resentment and backlash, facing cultural and linguistic barriers and misunderstandings, as well as public distrust and dissatisfaction with its presence and activities in Serbia and the region. Additionally, China's involvement may undermine the social development and welfare of Serbia and the region, as it may neglect or violate the social rights and interests of the local people and communities, such as labor, health, and education, in its pursuit of economic gains and interests. Lastly, China's involvement may create environmental degradation and damage, disregarding or violating the environmental standards and regulations, as well as the ecological balance and sustainability of Serbia and the region in its pursuit of economic development and growth. Furthermore, China's involvement may undermine the environmental protection and cooperation of Serbia and the region with the EU. China's growing influence in Serbia and the wider region has far-reaching implications and prospects for the EU and the US. On the one hand, it could significantly affect their interests and influence in the region, as well as their relations and cooperation with China. For the EU, China's expanding role in Serbia and the region could pose a challenge and a threat. It may undermine the EU's economic and political integration and convergence with the region, as well as the EU's core values, such as human rights, democracy, and the rule of law. Similarly, China's increasing influence could also impact the U.S. strategic and security interests and influence in the region, as well as the U.S.'s leadership and hegemony in the region and beyond. On the other hand, China's role in Serbia and the region also presents opportunities and incentives for cooperation and dialogue with the EU and the US. For instance, China's growing role may encourage the EU to increase its engagement and support for the region, as well as to enhance its coordination and communication with China on issues of common interest and concern. These may include trade, investment, infrastructure, energy, climate change, and regional stability. Similarly, China's expanding role may also encourage the U.S. to reinvigorate its presence and leadership in the region, as well as to foster its cooperation and dialogue with China on issues of strategic importance and challenge, such as security, democracy, human rights, and global governance. China's role in Serbia and the surrounding region is a complex and dynamic phenomenon that has many dimensions and implications. The country's role is driven by its economic and political interests, as well as its historical and cultural ties to Serbia and the region. While China's role has brought benefits and challenges to Serbia and the surrounding area in fields such as the economy, politics, society, and the environment, it has also created prospects and incentives for cooperation and dialogue among all relevant actors, as well as potential risks and conflicts. Therefore, a comprehensive and balanced approach is necessary when it comes to China's role in Serbia and the region. This approach should take into account the opportunities and threats, advantages and disadvantages, and similarities and differences of China's involvement. It should be based on mutual respect and trust, as well as constructive and pragmatic engagement among all stakeholders. Moreover, this approach should also be guided by the principles and values of international law and order, as well as by the aspirations and needs of the people and the countries in Serbia and the region. And that's it for this video. We hope you enjoyed watching it and learned something new. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our future videos. We have more amazing videos coming up, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.